for whatever reason, everything, it was such a bizarre thing. I was riding my bike, the stars were very bright, the center of the street just calm as a cucumber, and I was very kind of taken aback. Like I'm used to going day to day in a very worried fashion, very fixated, very constantly thinking. And this song came on, and I was like, oh my god, why do I feel so awesome right now? I'm not drunk, I'm not in love, I'm not fixated on anything other than just nothing. Like, it's a very... I'm sure some of you guys can relate to the fact that when you have an overactive thought process, you tend to cherish the moments when everything is just blank. And I know that sounds very obscure, very strange, that one would want to eliminate the presence of any sort of thought, but sometimes you just need it, man. I think that definitely day-to-day life, whether you have an awesome life, a shitty life, whatever it may be, you kind of just need to shut down, turn off. And I think that music is, for me personally, exercise and music is a huge component of staying sane. And a break from reality is just needed, I think, on a day-to-day basis. Whether you don't like your job, or your family, or your friends, or your girlfriend and you are fighting, or somebody's picking on you, or whatever it may be, you need to just get away. And I think that instead of fixating on all the things you don't like, all the things that make you angry, you just kind of have to step back and say, wow, my problems are just so minute when compared to the bigger picture. When you think about all the people on the earth, when you think about all the space out there in the universe that we know nothing about, when you think about all these things that don't relate to you, it tends to make you more humble, because I mean, you are one small speck in the grand scheme of life. And I know at this particular juncture it may make you mad that somebody ate the last Pop-Tart, but I assure you there are bigger fish to fry when it comes to time and space and all that has happened and all that will happen. And I guess I don't want to belittle people's problems. I'm sure that there are many horrible situations out there that I know nothing about, and I'm not pretending to know anything about them. But this is an exercise, I think, in taking a step back, taking a breath, realizing that something that you may think is a big deal may not be such a big deal. And I think that the only way for you fully to solve and correct and move towards something that you feel is right in your bones is to be in a position where you are calm, you are centered, you are collected, because making any sort of decision when you're flying off the handle is definitely a recipe for disaster. And I think that if you don't take time for yourself, if you don't take time to just breathe and chill, you're going to experience frustration. And I think that life, again, like I've said before, is way too short to fixate on things that bother you. I think that it's very easy, and myself included, I have a very difficult time letting go of things that bother me. And I am trying my very best to grow as a person. I mean, you never stop growing, you never stop learning, and I think that's something that is somewhat intimidating / refreshing, in that you're never going to be at a point where you are the perfect version of yourself. It's just not going to happen. And life is definitely a process. It's never going to end. You're always going to constantly try to do your best, and you know what? You're never going to be perfect. And I think that the pursuit of that perfection is more important than the perfection itself. And the better you are as a person, the better the world is overall. And I think that a lot of people tend to be very selfish. They tend to think, me, 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 me. But what you should be thinking about is, how can I be better so that I can contribute to the world around me? I mean, the world is not all about me. The world is not all about you. It is a universal thing. And wow, that got super serious. my bad. I have been thinking nonstop in this sort of vein for the last like 2-3 hours.